Now we get set for 174. Mikey Labriola, my goodness, what a run he's had. Third place at the NCAA championship last year. Third place at the Big Tens as he takes on Bailee O'Reilly, the senior from Minnesota.
Mikey Labriola has had a tremendous career at Nebraska. Pennsylvania prep that came out and has really meant a lot to the Husker team. And
watch your hands.
The Huskers didn't have the team execution last year in the NCAAs, but Labriola getting third place really did a great job. Now, nice job there by Labriola for the takedown there.
Labriola 10-1 this season, ranked number 5 in the country. He's coming off of his first loss of the year to Purdue's Garrett Nyhouse, 6-4 last weekend. As we are in the midst of Big Ten wrestling. 2-0 though for Labriola in the early going. Bailee O'Reilly, the redshirt senior from Goodhue, Minnesota, defeated Northwestern's Troy Fisher by a 9-5 decision on Sunday. Lost 9-2 to Michael Kemmer last Friday night here on the Big Ten Network.
Both of the coaches love each of these wrestlers. I mean, obviously, Labriola, the All-American, etc. Well, that's not O'Reilly, but he's a captain. He's a guy that has total respect on the team because of the way he works in the practice room and on the mat. And Coach Egan was just saying that he's a guy that the guys love to have on the team.
Well, the one thing that head coach Brendan Ingham told us is that O'Reilly's successful when he's firing shots and pushing the pace, but that's easier said than done against the 3-time All-American in Mikey Labriola. Midway point of the first period.
Hot fingers. Guys, we got to stay out of there.
Minnesota leading 3-0.
Both guys. That's what's on. Both guys.
Still to come, Gable Steveson, the Olympic gold medalist. He'll wrestle at heavyweight against Christian Lance. Good sprawl there by Bailee O'Reilly.
Good hard head snaps by Labriola that works the lower back of O'Reilly. Looking to turn that body, look for the angles. Labriola is just tough to beat. He's explosive, great reattacks, but can scramble as well. Well, you saw that first takedown. I mean, that was his ability to scramble.
Well, earlier in the year, he defeated Bailee O'Reilly by an 11-4 decision at the Daktronics Open back on November 21st. Let's brawl there by Labriola. Still 2-1 advantage for the Cornhusker. As you pointed out, Tim, for O'Reilly, though, to get the captain, one of the captain spots for Minnesota, I think that speaks volume on his work ethic and how much respect the guys have for him. Nearing the end of our first period between Mikey Labriola, ranked number 5 in the country, against Bailee O'Reilly of Minnesota.
Well, Minnesota has to be real happy with O'Reilly because, you know, he's tough. He makes every match tough. He needs to keep this close, make Labriola wrestle a full 7. And here's the scramble ability. Comes up, catches the leg, gets behind. 2 points for Labriola. Only 2 points scored in the first period.
The one thing, Tim, if you make a mistake against Mikey Labriola, he will make you pay instantly.
And so far, O'Reilly really hasn't made many mistakes. Stayed in really good position, making it hard on Labriola. But what he's got to do is stay in there, stay tough, and make Labriola go 7 minutes.
And it's a 2-point advantage for Labriola on as he rose to his feet.
I like the way O'Reilly's making Labriola work for everything. He's keeping the pressure on him.
Mikey Labriola looking to capitalize on that run that he had last year. 3rd place at the NCAA and the Big Ten championships, trying to go ahead and capture a national title this year. That's the primary focus. He's certainly one of the leaders for Mark Manning and the Cornhuskers. As we approach a minute to go in the second period.
Offense!
Labriola being aggressive, but O'Reilly not backing down.
Because he's keeping his hands on Labriola. He's keeping him there, and he's not letting Labriola bounce around and be explosive.
So it's partly because of what O'Reilly is doing that's negating the offense of Labriola.
Absolutely. He's not letting Labriola can work from whether it's inside or from space, and O'Reilly is keeping his hands heavy on inside tie. Nice job on the sprawl right there.
Tremendous mat awareness and athleticism being displayed by the redshirt senior Bailee O'Reilly from Minnesota, hanging tough against the number 5 ranked Michial Labriola.
You can kind of hear Manning saying, "Don't let him hang on your head." I mean, so he's carrying this out to perfection. O'Reilly. Not the same capacities, not the same level as success as Labriola's had, but you can see the coaches are excited about O'Reilly's fight.
Brendan Eggum obviously clapping for his senior captain. Meantime, for Mark Manning, he told us about Michial Labriola, his loss to Garrett Nyhouse. He goes, it's just one match. You're going to see a different guy.
Good job!
All right.
And now Bailee O'Reilly cuts that deficit. 3-2, the advantage for Michial Labriola as we are into the third period.
And I talked about making Labriola go 7 minutes, and O'Reilly is doing that.
Against somebody of the caliber of Michial Labriola, you just want an ability and the opportunity to win the match.
One
and
shot.
That's what
nice job there in the slide by. I think there's 2. Labriola, great execution there.
One mistake and it'll cost you. O'Reilly has made 2 mistakes and it has paid dividends for Michial Labriola. 65 seconds left in the third period.
As much as O'Reilly was fighting, Labriola did not step back either. I mean, he stepped in there, he knew what he needed to do, and it was a nice job there on executing that takedown, sealing the deal probably. Now it's hard to score on Labriola, and so far O'Reilly hasn't scored in from a standpoint of on his feet.
Tim, one thing you know, in the Big Ten Conference, anybody can be beaten on any given night.
Best conference in America for sure, and that's why dual meets, the matchups are so important. Nice job here. Now, nice job of dropping down in on the leg. Whoa, nice job, O'Reilly.
Can he get it? Can he tie it up? And he gets it. Oh, my goodness. We are tied up at 5 apiece.
Well,
oh my,
what a great
finish.
job. Great fight by both wrestlers. Nice job by O'Reilly on the far leg scramble.
O'Reilly tied it up, but Labriola gets the 2 points as time expires in the third period.
Yeah, on this leg fight right back here, the far ankle. Nice job of getting that head up, coming through, getting separation and getting the 2. And then Labriola does not say, I'm going to overtime. He does a nice job of a little Granby-type action, comes around and gets 2 and 2 for the win.
Well, it took him the full 7 minutes, but Michial Labriola outlasted Bailee O'Reilly. We are matchup I'm high on at 197, ranked number 4 in the country. Eric Schultz, 7-1 is his record, taking on the senior, and Michael Foy with a 10-5 record. There you see Michael Foy. He actually spent 4 years at Harper College, a 2-time NCAA place winner, and this season 10-5 is his record, 2-2 in a duel.
He's an emerging force. Michael Foy comes from great stock. His dad, Mike Foy, back in the early 90s, was one of the top Greco-Roman wrestlers for USA Wrestling. Wrestled for Minnesota. Boy, he could throw. He was athletic, and so Michael Foy comes as kind of a newcomer onto the college scene. Eric Schultz, not at all. Eric Schultz been around. right in there all the time, is one of the top 3 or 4 wrestlers in this weight class for the last 3 years.
Well, he is a 4-time NCAA qualifier, as he went ahead and he possesses a 7-1 record coming off of a 5-2 decision win over Purdue's Thomas Panola last weekend. Only loss this season came to Wyoming's Stephen Buchanan by a 7-3 decision at the Cliff Keen Invitational in Las Vegas. Number 4 in the country is Eric Schultz, and 197 certainly blossoming into being one of those must-see divisions within the Big Ten, Tim.
Yeah, Michael Foy had a nice match against Warner from Iowa the other day, and Warner was able to pull out the victory there, but Foy showed some things. He had a nice takedown at the end in the third period and almost had another one.
Well, when you go and you only lose by 2 points, and Mark Manning trying to figure out why was it he's not happy with what he's seen from the referees tonight. What was he calling for, Tim?
I don't know, but I'm calling for Schultz to he needs to get the ball rolling, because I think Foy's very, very dangerous, and Schultz is one of those guys that is better when he gets the ball rolling. He can score points fast if he builds confidence early in a match.
Well, Eric Schultz, he came up short in the Big Ten final last year against Miles Amin. Wrestled at Tinley Park High School in Tinley Park, Illinois. Won the 2016 state championship in high school. Do you think the athleticism of Foy is giving Schultz issues?
Well, he's very athletic, and Schultz just is a guy that needs to get in on the head, find the angle, and Foy is such an athlete that he's going to make it very hard from a standpoint. He squares up, doesn't give you much of an angle at all.
And he's I would say that he is not only athletic, but he's deceptively strong. Schultz is a brute, just physical, comes right at you. Foy, though, gives you different looks.
Get out of him.
Michael Foy on Sunday earned his first Big Ten dual win with a fall over Northwestern's Brendan Devine on Sunday. Took second place at the Bison Open with a 3-1 record. Went 2-2 at Cliff Keen.
I'll take that.
Might have been a
walk it off.
headbutt or so.
No, poke in the eye.
Walk it off. Here we go.
Yeah, I thought it was a poke, but there's your headbutt in the eye. Yeah, that.
We good?
Oh boy.
Here we go.
Could have been a combination of things, Tim. The headbutt and the eye poke. But thankfully, they get back to wrestling. No score.
Green.
And that'll end the first period. So we are scoreless here as we enter period number 2. Minnesota leading Nebraska 6-3. We're here at 197. Still to come, Gable Steveson, the Olympic gold medalist, against Christian Lance of Nebraska. It's a nice little mat return there by Michael Foy. Looking to return to the mat. Going out of bounds. Look at this. Brandon Eggum loving what he's seeing out of Michael Foy. He said he's long, he's quick, he changes levels fast, and he's a good, hard fighter. What he needs to do is get to his offense and use smart attacks. The one thing Mark Manning told us when we talked to him about Eric Schultz is he wants more points on the board from Schultz.
Both guys work.
Still scoreless here.
2.
Very, very nice execution on top by Foy right here.
1, 2.
Building up the riding time as Michael Foy. And this crowd here in Minneapolis at Marturi Pavilion, they are showing their appreciation for the Golden Gopher and Michael Foy, who is upset-minded. What energy here inside this building, Tim. Under a minute left in the second.
Foy's doing a nice job here, mat returns, floating. You know, he's given a little release here, and a minute 9 there. Nice job on top, very well executed there, and did a really good job of several mat returns and a good job of floating his hips.
Mat return. Shane Sparks would love that. I wonder if that'll make the show on Monday.
You know, there's all kinds of mat returns, and they're not the high-flying ones I think that Shane likes as much, but they're still mat returns, and Foy did a great job doing it. And it's frustrating for Schultz and how he usually wins. Right now, Schultz usually wins mat wrestling, and Foy has pretty much stayed away on his feet. You know, Schultz needs to keep him close and inside to get everything close for his shots.
But despite the efforts of Foy, Schultz is still leading 1-0, and they go out of bounds. And the Golden Gophers are charging, they're asking, they want points. Love the enthusiasm from this passionate fan base here in Minneapolis.
Now, he does not have to go under Schultz if he doesn't want to. Let's see what happens here, because Schultz is mean on top. Could be a neutral decision in the third period. What? Nope. All right, so big ride here for Schultz. He's first got to get it below a minute.
And that is a point going to Eric Schultz.
All right, we'll see if Foy can keep his ploy up. It's
Get out of him! Offense!
Dead even at 1 apiece. Riding time could be a factor. It's at 52 seconds for Michael Foy, but so far, what a matchup we have here at 197. Eric Schultz ranked number 4 in the country, looking to even up this duel against Michael Foy and Minnesota.
You know, it surprised me that Schultz let him go so easily. He's had trouble keeping him close on the feet. Needs to keep him close and inside to get everything close for his shots. Has not been able to do that. Foy's done a great job of keeping his distance.
Tim, at this juncture of the match, who does this favor?
I just think right now this is a coin flip because these are two tough guys. But here's the deal. Foy loves being in this position. He's the underdog. Schultz is the guy. One of the guys at 197, so this is a huge opportunity.
It's a 2-1 advantage for Eric Schultz against Michael Foy, who is showing a tremendous effort against the number 4 ranked Eric Schultz.
Here's the deal with a veteran like Schultz. He just doesn't need to panic. Keep out hand fighting and pressuring him. So, you know, just don't panic.
20 seconds remaining in the third period. Michael Foy looking to upset Eric Schultz. Can Schultz hold on?
Schultz did a really nice job of not panicking. Stayed in good position.
And that is what Eric Schultz, the senior out of Tinley Park, does. He edges Michael Foy, but for Michael Foy,
he hung in there with the big boy.
I completely agree. Matches, the Olympic gold medalist, one of the greatest to ever do it, Gable Steveson matching up against Christian Lance. Steveson is undefeated all-time 4-0 against Christian Lance.
And Christian Lance is very good, okay? He's a guy that's going to contend for the podium this year. He's a hard worker, but there's only one Gable Steveson. And it's the most memorable Olympic match I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of Olympic matches over the years. And Gable Steveson is simply the best.
Down by 3 points with 15 seconds to go, comes back, scores 4 points, and wins the Olympic gold for Team USA. And the fact that he is back in a Golden Gopher singlet, talk about a treat for all of us.
I just think that's really awesome. I think that it says a lot about Gable's maturity, about his respect for the sport. I just think that he knows that fans want to see him, and he's just got a heart and a love for this sport, and so can't be overstated. Nice takedown there, very easy by Gable Steveson.
Gable Steveson also signed to the WWE, but he's going to attack that at a later time. He's focused on winning his second straight national championship and also another Big Ten championship. Brendan Eggum told us when it comes to Gable Steveson, he has gotten better, and the gap and the talent disparity is even furthered with how good he's gotten in the offseason.
Action.
You know, what I like also is, from our understanding, he's going to be at all the dual meets, okay? He didn't do the open tournaments, things like that. He's going to have to fly some places. But he's training with the team. He's committed to, as you know, the dual meets, and then, of course, the Big Ten championships. And it just says a lot. Now, right now, from a standpoint of Christian Lance, you just got to figure out a way to slow the match down.
Yeah, Christian Lance is 11-1 this season. He's a senior from Nixa, Missouri. Oh, look at that by Gable Steveson. Awfully hard to defend that. They've also told us that Steveson has gotten stronger and increased his strength. I thought he was extremely strong before last season or this season, and now he just continues to just evolve and get better and better.
And he's a real pro. You know that whether he's training with the team or fulfilling some WWE contractual things, there's double to the single, leg kicked out, 2 points.
Gable Steveson 4-0 this season, 3 major decisions and a tech fall. Last Friday night, oh, look at this. Christian Lance in a bad spot.
Almost did that without any kind of cross wrist, just loading him up on his hips. Just the athleticism of inside trip effort, 2 in a row, and nice job by fending off those 2 attacks by Christian Lance. And then a nice job of dropping down into that single leg again. Gable.
Look at that. He just brought the leg, and he's just sucked him in and gets the 2 points, taking the back of Christian Lance.
You can't get all the way around. You attack the hips, and that's what he did. He attacked the hips.
Steveson is one of those guys, as you talk about in wrestling, he can attack all 4 quadrants and is effective in every single area. 5 moments of the first period. Gable Steveson with a commanding 6-2 lead over Christian Lance, ranked number 11 in the country.
Well, we've got strength here, but we got lightweight movement. This is how lightweights finish their takedowns here. This kind of light on the foot movement, attack the hips. This is how lightweight does it.
Well, and if you want to talk about athleticism, how light he is on his feet, he does a celebratory backflip on special matches that he feels he wants to go ahead and enjoy the victory even that much more. That's how athletic Gable Steveson is.
Well, and he's not doing it against a light heavyweight with Christian Lance. Christian is a big man, and so he's light on his feet, drives in, like I said, just like any other athlete, down at 125 or 133, comes up 2 points.
And he furthers the gap between him and Christian Lance. And this is the fact that Lance is ranked number 11 in the country. His only has 1 loss this season. So it's not like Christian Lance is just a regular average wrestler.
He's a very hard worker. He has improved. He continues to improve. And Coach Manning is pretty excited about what he could do this year to help the Nebraska Cornhuskers perhaps come away with a trophy at the NCAA. So Christian Lance is, you know, when you get done with those top 3 in heavyweight, maybe the top 5, but Christian Lance is going to be right there. He can beat anybody 6 and below, I think.
Absolutely. Christian Lance, certainly a formidable customer and formidable opponent for anybody. He was a state champion in Missouri in high school. 11-1 record this season. Last year, he came up short to Gable Steveson, 23-8. And Steveson looking for more points, and he gets them.
Well, you know what I love about this is he's there, and he's intent on putting on a show. So he's getting ready for his next level of his next life in one sense. But he also knows this is a thrill. And also, we're honoring Jay Robinson, the 2001, 2002, all the alumni that they're honoring, and that team. I think he has a great respect and wants to put on a show for everybody in a very positive way.
Well, It's as Shane Sparks says, get your popcorn ready when this man is on the mat. Final moments of the second period. Gable Steveson in total control against Christian Lance. To the third period we go.
Down.
And there is his father, obviously enjoying what he's seeing. The fact of what he had last year, Big Ten champion, NCAA champion, Olympic gold medalist, signs with the WWE. Does it get any better? Oh, yeah, he's back with Minnesota.
At 21 years old.
Unbelievable.
Go ahead.
This guy has such a bright future. If you could buy stock in anybody, Gable Steveson would be that guy. But Christian Lance rises to his feet. And what a thrill, though, and what an opportunity for Christian Lance and all of these heavyweights to be able to compete against Gable Steveson.
Well, and it's not just the Minnesota crowd that appreciates him. You know, at a sold-out Carver Hawkeye the other night, a week ago tonight, he beats one of the top heavyweights in the nation in Tony Cassiope, and the entire crowd at Carver gives him a standing ovation. And then Gable staves afterwards and signs. But great appreciation by wrestling fans, and that's going to happen everywhere he goes on the road.
Well, Gable is just a great ambassador for the sport of wrestling, as you pointed out, Tim. Everywhere he goes, he signs autographs. He's so open and willing to take photos with fans and just spread how great college wrestling is, especially in the Big Ten.
Neutral.
Well, Christian Lance, we talk about the match within the match. That's one of my favorite terms that you use. If you look at this, if somehow he can get maybe another point or two and make it just a decision, can you imagine how big of a win that is for Christian Lance?
It is about the match, and right here, he was able to kick out and stay on his feet.
Red warning.
Nice job by Steveson there. And
as I say that, Gable Steveson says, no, I'm going to solidify this major decision victory, if not get more points. Now he's ahead by 11. Could a technical fall be in his future?
I always like to, when I think about Gable, I think about the coaching staff, Brandon Agam and Trevor Brandvold and Becker and Sanders, and how they have helped him mature as a wrestler, as a competitor. I mean, it's been a team deal there, and he's a once-in-a-generation opportunity to coach, but you got to be able to coach once in a generation or they may be gone. I mean, you know, and so there's a mutual respect there that I think is very commendable.
Well, the stars certainly aligned. Gable Steveson on top of Christian Lance. Riding time security. He holds a 16-5 lead over the number 11th ranked Gable Steveson, the NCAA champion, Big Ten champion, Olympic gold medalist. His brother is actually also signed with the WWE as well. But Steveson now going to be cruising to this major decision over Christian Lance here tonight in Minneapolis.
And it's not like Gable is the only great heavyweight coming out of Minnesota. They're like heavyweight youth.
Yes.
They've had so many, you know, and great wrestlers here. But Gable's the best. That says a lot when you consider the legacy, the heritage of the heavyweight wrestlers and for the Minnesota Gophers.
What an ovation for Gable Steveson, a major decision win over Christian Lance. He is all-time undefeated against Lance, 5-0.
Did a great job there of lowering his level, driving through and coming up, just textbook. Patrick McKee does. They have a great time together. I've seen them on the
mat together and sitting next to each other.
Yeah, sitting next to each other, having a great time, and so Patrick McKee opportunity here to extend the league for Minnesota.
Patrick McKee, a three-time state champion in Minnesota at St. Michael Abbeville. Last Friday night here in the Big Ten Network, we saw McKee spoil the season debut of Iowa's Drake Ayala, beating him with an 8-6 decision at Carver Hawkeye Arena. McKee with 2 takedowns in the match. Meantime, for Jeremiah Reno, 3-6 in his first season, and you know what? It's learning on the job for Jeremiah Reno in place of Liam Cronin.
Nice job with the chest wrap to fend off the leg attack by Jeremiah Reno. 2 points, and here is where Patrick McKee just is really, really tough. On top. He's mean. He's very effective. with turns, and so he wants to get going.
Well, one item Brendan Egum told us about Patrick McKee said that sometimes McKee forces things. If he's patient and grinds guys down, that he can score some bonus points, and that is the term. They want him to score more bonus points. As the head gear comes off of Patrick McKee.
Well, he's certainly got a lot of tools, but he can find himself in trouble sometimes. Needs to cut down on the mistakes. That loss against DiAgostino, I mean, you're up, 6-2, something like that, and you go upper body, and you put yourself in a position that you shouldn't have. And so he just keeps learning, but he is very, very tough on top, as you can see.
Well, Mark Manny told us about Jeremiah Reno. He said this is a tough matchup for him, but it's a good opportunity for him to figure himself out. And it is a wake-up call for some of these guys. When you get into a college room, you got to be able to produce when your number is called.
Well,
True, guys.
It's a different story than in high school. And Reno, undefeated, 4-time state champion, and yet here it is. I mean, he's got to be able to get out from under if you're going to win at this level. And nice job of coming around. And really nice.
Down there by Jeremiah Reno.
Reversal.
Reversal, I beg your pardon.
And really nice job of separating his hips and then driving back through.
Improve.
And
nonetheless, 2 points, though, for Reno. So he evens it up against Patrick McKee here in this first period.
very, very well executed. Nice fight by Reno. Coach Manning has to like that.
Well, it's one of those items that you need to be able to hang tough. The way that Michael Foy hung tough against Eric Schultz, that might be the mindset for Reno.
Yeah, he separates himself there and then just drives back into a single, cuts off to the double, and gets the 2 points. Nice job of sagging, gets separation down on the ankle and driving through.
Here, okay?
Jeremiah Reno losses to Devin Schroeder by tech fall. Jack Medley by tech fall. But these are all good growing experiences for Jeremiah Reno to be able to get this kind of experience. Under a minute to go here in this, our first period. Patrick McKee on top of Jeremiah Reno. Minnesota leading 10-6 as we've begun the second half of the duel here at Missouri Pavilion. The Golden Gophers will host Wisconsin on Sunday. Looking to drive through is McKee. And out of bounds he goes. How impressed are you by Jeremiah Reno being able to fight this hard against Patrick McKee after McKee started off strong?
Well, that was great execution there when he had his reversal there. Now he's in on the single. But and McKee, very a veteran. He's got the 2 from the danger zone there. So now he's going to come back around, secure that takedown that was given to him because Reno's shoulders were past 90 degrees in the neutral danger zone for 3 counts.
5-2 lead for Patrick McKee, the redshirt junior, out of St. Michael, Minnesota. Ray Flores alongside Tim Johnson here in Minneapolis at Missouri Pavilion. Minnesota leading 10-6 over Nebraska. Patrick McKee in control against Jeremiah Reno. Reno had a little bit of success in the middle part of that period, but then McKee took it over towards the end. Mark Manning, regarding Jeremiah Reno, said, "We told him it's big boy wrestling. It's a great opportunity. Is he going to be the guy next year? Who knows? But Jeremiah is our guy right now and throughout the rest of the season."
And yeah, he did have he executed well in that first period. But McKee, I'm real interested in seeing how he continues in this match because it's an opportunity for him not to panic, to not make any mistakes, and to just keep doing what he does best. And right now, he's really, really hard, tough on top. And so when he gave that reversal and then got an escape, it's just like giving an escape.
Well, Patrick McKee is certainly a bonus point machine. 5 pins this year, 4 major decisions in his 14-2 record. He's beaten the freshman Drake Ayala 3 times of Iowa this season. And right now he's got another freshman that he's on top of in Jeremiah Reno from Nebraska. Reno from Kansas City, Missouri. As you pointed out, 4-time Missouri State champion, 179-0. As we have
Action, guys.
31 seconds left here in the second period. Patrick McKee building up his riding time as well, Tim.
Yeah, doing a good job where he's really tough on top. It's going to be interesting if they get back to their feet, if he lets Reno in on his legs like Reno has been able to get in on him. And so we'll see what happens here as we begin the third period.
We talked about that relationship that McKee has with Gable Steveson. Steveson just looked impressive with a major decision over Christian Lance. And right now McKee showing the younger Jeremiah Reno welcome to the Big Ten.
Screen your choice.
And there's Steveson looking on, the Olympic gold medalist who had a workman-like major decision and looked impressive in the process, handing Christian Lance his 5th loss over the course of their history together. And Mark Manning in his 22nd year at the helm of the Cornhuskers.
Cover slow, guys.
Mark Manning was adamant to us about saying that it's about building for later on in the season, getting ready for the Big Ten tournament, getting ready for the NCAA tournament, making sure that the guys are hitting their stride when it matters most.
Well, when you have, a loss and you need to be able to look at it that way, it's got to be a short memory. And so their opportunity after getting beat by Purdue at home is not a fun one, but like you said, it's a dual meet. We're sitting here trying to be our best version of our individuals and our team at the Big Tens, but most specifically the NCAAs.
5-2 lead for Patrick McKee against Jeremiah Reno. As McKee adds on to his lead, the riding time has been secured for Patrick McKee.
Here we go.
65 seconds left in this third period. And going back to my favorite phrase in wrestling, a Timism is the match within the match. Well, can Jeremiah Reno keep it to just a decision?
Well, that's a really good point, because this meet is going to come down to perhaps extra points, bonus points. And right now, Reno has that opportunity to be tough, drop down on those legs again, because he's been able to get in on the legs of McKee. Like that.
He gets in on the legs of Patrick McKee. Can he finish?
He's eating time. It was an effort to get in on those legs. It's about the third time he's been in on McKee's legs.
Center, guys.
Final 30 seconds of this third period. Patrick McKee with the riding time secured. Mark Manning showing support for his freshman out of Kansas City, who is starting in place of Liam Cronin. Cronin, the senior, will not be in the lineup this year for the Cornhuskers. Were you expecting more points from McKee in this matchup against Jeremiah Reno, Tim?
Well, you've seen McKee throw up those points and be tough on top, but I'm pretty impressed with Reno, the way he's fought. Even when McKee was on top, he was letting the hips of Reno become pretty loose, therefore offered that opportunity for the reversal. There, again, Reno doing a nice job of getting in on the leg there, and so Mark Manning has to be very happy with the effort.
We shift our attention to 141, making his return to the lineup. Chad Redd Jr. matching up against the freshman Jager Eisch. And talk about an opportunity for Eisch, but C.J. Redd, what a force he has been, Tim.
Oh, he has been, and when the lights go on in March, Chad Redd is right there accomplishing podium work. He's four-time All-American and just a tremendous gamer when it comes to the Big Tens and the NCAAs.
So Minnesota holds a commanding 16-6 lead. So C.J. Redd, they need a very big performance from him. He's 6-2 this season. He finished 6th place at the NCAA championships last season. 4th place at the Big Ten championships. Look at that athleticism there by C.J. Red.
He's got that knockdown thing going there. Gets in on the single leg and then lifts to a bit of a height and then knocks him down. And look, right now he's scoring big time. He's looking for the fall.
The freshman Jager Eisch, 8-6 this season, typically competes at 125, but now moving up here 2 weight classes, and he's in a bad spot against Chad Red Jr.
Red's going to try to sit back, and just there you go with that. You see his left knee up there pushing down. So close.
Chad Red, the senior out of Indianapolis, Indiana, went to New Palestine High School. It's a bad spot for Eisch. Red ranked number 9 in the country. Eisch just trying to survive here and avoid being in this bad spot.
Good fight on Eisch's part there because Red had him dead to rights there.
6-0 advantage for Chad Red Jr., 4-time state champion at Indianapolis. He actually wrestled under his father, the New Palestine head coach, Chad Red Sr.
Chad Red Sr. has put out a lot of great athletes and wrestlers and just one of the great coaches, and he's just one of those guys that is great for the sport.
Keep that legal.
And when it comes to Chad Red Jr., the one thing that comes to mind is he shines in March, Tim. A 4-time, actually qualified for the NCAAs 4 times, 2018, 2019, 2020, and last year. And I think now for him, the key is to try to make that next step and try to graduate to becoming a national champion.
Careful. 1, 2. Same hold.
A 6-0 advantage for Chad Red Jr., the Cornhusker. 6-2 this season, 5 decisions and 1 fall. Was out of the lineup against Purdue last week. He took 3rd at the Cliff Keen Invitational in Las Vegas. 8-0 advantage for Chad Red Jr. Now, if you're looking at it from a team standpoint, if he's able to get a tech ball over Eisch, then that narrows the deficit. He was early in the period, Tim.
Yeah, this is a big time. He needs to continue. Chad Red needs to continue to keep the motor running and get every point he can.
8-0 advantage for Chad Red Jr. Typically, Jake Berglund is in the lineup for the Golden Gophers, the redshirt senior from Hugo, Minnesota, but he is out tonight. Thus, insert the 8-6 freshman, Jager Eisch, the 2-time Wisconsin state champion. Actually was a folk-style national champion last year as well. Talk about, though, with baptism under fire as he match up against Chad Red Jr.
Yeah, you never count Chad Red Jr. out of the hunt for the top part of the podium. I mean, obviously, Nick Lee and Ironman are 1 and 2, but Chad Red, he's always right there. And right now he needs to keep the motor running because you look at the score, Nebraska wins the last 3. Well, they need some bonus points. And here's one that's already in the can if he can continue on. But a couple of bonus point wins by Chad Red and Ridge Lovett. And now all of a sudden you're setting the table for that 157-pound final. All the marbles.
Winner take all potentially with Peyton, Robb, and Brayton Lee. Top 5 matchup. Chad Red Jr. and Mark Manning, I guess, wants Red to be more aggressive here. I understand why. They are looking for a tech ball potentially. Whereas Eisch looking to hold on here and limit this to a major decision, if not a decision. And look at Mark Manning.
Neutral!
Pretty much on top of him. Look at that. Mark Manning ran over, urging on Chad Red Jr.
He's entertaining, Mark Manning is.
Yes, he is.
I love the enthusiasm, and
The passion.
Yeah, he has a lot of passion. He just loves this sport. Right now, though, he wants more from Chad Red. I mean, Chad can wrestle a little loose sometimes, and right now, Eisch is staying in good position. And
Red, your choice. Down.
Well, Red came out and stormed out to a 6-0 early lead in that first period. Since that time, though, he has let his foot off the gas, and it's only 8-0. When, in the grand scheme of things, from a team standpoint, from a dual standpoint, that is significant. Final 2 minutes as we are into the third period. Jager Eisch, the freshman, getting the opportunity at 141 in place of Jake Berglund from Minnesota. We'll see what Eisch can do here against Chad Red Jr., the senior from Indianapolis. Jager Eisch has still controlling Chad Red. Who would have thought this would have happened in the third period?
At Minnesota, you saw it with Gleva in the last one. They're so excited to see wrestlers like Gleva get a big win. You could tell they respect and love him. Must be a really hard worker. Well, they know this guy, Jager Eisch, and opportunity because Jake Berglund is out of the lineup. And so Eisch comes out, and we talk about the match within the match. Right now, it's going to be a major unless Eisch then determines once the riding time is down to let him go and try to get a takedown to get it back to the decision.
I think that could be his thinking. Let me cut down on the riding time, but right now you have 36 seconds to go. It is as it stands, a major decision for Chad Red Jr., which would be 4 points and cut the deficit to a 6-point advantage for Minnesota.
There, okay, so now the pressure's on. This is a big, big deal.
Oh,
15 seconds left, and he's up 9-0.
Chad Red Jr. looking to hold on for that major decision, but Eisch has been fighting hard. Oh, look at that!
And what he's going to be able to hold on here. Chad Red rolls through and is able to hold on and keep the major decision. But boy, what an effort by Eisch, not giving up.
Jager Eisch finished strong against Chad Red Jr. despite being shut out.
Yeah, there's no quit in Eisch there, and that was what the fans want to see.
So Chad Red Jr. improves to 7-2 this season as he picks up a major decision. Now we get ready for Ridge Lovett, ranked number 4 in the country, taking on the junior Michael Blockhus. This one should be extremely compelling with Ridge Lovett, who is 11-1 this season, taking on none other than, as we take a look at Ridge Lovett, Michael Blockhus, the redshirt junior from Cresco, Iowa. Blockhus 11-7 this season. Ridge Lovett 11-1 this season. So 16-10, a 6-point lead for the Golden Gophers, Tim, as Ridge Lovett ranked number 4 in the country. He beat top 15 Mitch Moore of Oklahoma at the Cliff Keen Invitational by a 3-2 decision. He is a 2-time NCAA national qualifier.
With the major decision at 141 pounds, the dual score is now 16-10.
And right now, here's a scramble right now. Look at this, Tim, and Ridge Lovett looking to get points on the board. But they're in the neutral position here. Michael Blockhus, 11-7 this season. Last Sunday fell to Yaya Thomas 6-1. Last Friday came up short against Iowa's Max Mirren. And there is a very concerned Mark Manning coach's challenge that he is called throughout the break.
Hey, take down. Take down. Take down. Gotcha. You wrote it for me. Just like 5 seconds from. Give me 2:15.
For Michael Blockhus, a 2021 NCAA national qualifier.
Okay, go back a little farther. Okay, right. Okay, let it fly.
Keep going, keep going.
Let it fly. Good? Me too. Here you go. All right, one more.
Take a look at what they are examining, Tim.
We're good. We're good.
So
After goal, calls confirmed. No takedown.
no takedown, no control.
So
therefore, what could have been 2-2, 4-0 lead is 0-0, and
this is such a crucial match if Nebraska is to remain in this duel against Minnesota.
Lovett lets it fly, that's for sure. He looks like he just loves wrestling, and he had Yanni Diakomahalis on the ropes at the Cliff Keen. Yanni hit a front roll out of a double in overtime to beat him, but Ridge is the real deal.
Yeah, Ridge Lovett last year
Wrestle out of it, guys.
went to the Big Ten Championship, losing to Sammy Sasso in an excellent match of Ohio State 5-2.
He's just fun to watch.
And he's actually 1-0 against Blockhus. He beat Blockhus in the semifinals of the Big Ten tournament.
Right, and it was close.
It was 2-1, and it had to go to an extra period.
Yeah, tiebreaker, so overtime win for him. And so that was a big fend-off of the attack by Lovett, by Michael Blockhus early on.
Ridge Lovett actually surprised Max Marion. He upset him in the quarterfinals of the Big Ten tournament last year at Penn State. And incidentally, Nebraska will be hosting the Big Ten tournament this year. Cannot wait to get to Nebraska for that one, Tim.
That's going to be a great atmosphere at Pinnacle and Haymaker, downtown.
Center.
Lincoln's done such a great job with their downtown. It should be a lot of fun.
You know what's going to be a lot of fun? Watching it on the Big Ten Network. What is it?
Sessions.
Quadruple box is what we were saying. Oh,
Center.
that was so much fun.
Out.
And out of bounds they go. Ridge Lovett and Michael Blockhus. Look at Mark Manning knowing what's on the line in this match. Ridge Lovett, the sophomore from Post Falls, Idaho, as Blockhus looking to finish off the takedown. Deep on the legs of Lovett. Blockhus finished fourth at the Big Ten Championships last season. And 2 points for Blockhus. And that'll conclude the first period.
So close for Lovett, but the close doesn't count, and the close that did count was Blockhus. Big, big takedown.
That is a big boy move by a determined Michael Blockhus.
Yeah, he came up. Ridge had a bit of a shin whizzer, but Blockhus did a great job of coming up and then limping. And so he just kept coming up and limped out for the 2.
Tim, would you say that because the loss in the Big Ten semifinals, that he has a chip on his shoulder coming into this matchup against Ridge Lovett?
Yeah, I just think that they both love wrestling, and you know, it's the motivation is to win every match you can win, and so Blockhouse has that kind of mentality, and as does Lovett.
Well, Blockhus earlier this season won the Bison Open, 2 tech falls and 1 pin, placed 8th at the Cliff Keen Invitational with a 3-3 record, second at the UNI Open. And Ridge Lovett on the back of Michael Blockhus. Ridge Lovett sending Blockhus to the mat. Blockhus last Friday defeated Purdue's Trey Cruz by a 10-3 decision, 11-1 this year. 2-time NCAA qualifier is the sophomore from Nebraska. 2-0 advantage from Michael Blockhus. Ridge Lovett on the back of Michael Blockhus like a straitjacket. Minnesota has lost the last 5 dual meets against the Cornhuskers. They are looking to snap that streak here tonight during championship weekend at Maturi Pavilion. Under a minute left here in the second period.
Stalemate.
Stalemate now.
Down, Green.
They will come to their feet.
Outside green.
For Blockhus, he has wrestled 7 of the top 12 guys in the country. Has a couple of tough wins.
Head center.
Head coach Brendan Ingham said he wrestled well on Friday against Max Muir and lost to Yaya Thomas. The big thing for Blockhus is for him to get to the legs and finish off his attacks. Still Lovett on the back of Michael Blockhus as he adds to his riding time.
Yeah, the crossbody ride is tough. Rich does a good job of going from crossbody to both legs in. You see, has the crossbody, then he puts both boots in. He just does a really good job on top and has really made it tough on Blockhus underneath. And he's a gunslinger. He's a gunslinger. But see, the legs in there. Does a nice job. Looking to come back.
That concludes the second period, but Lovett does have the riding time advantage. 2 more minutes to go. Brandon Ingham, the head coach of Minnesota in his 6th year, understands what is on the line if Blockhus is able to upend the number 4 ranked Ridge Lovett of Nebraska.
Slow, guys. Don't roll around, no suck. Shoot again.
Lovett is one of those guys who just loves to mix it up, and he loves to battle, Tim.
Slow.
These guys just love wrestling, and you can tell it.
One item Mark Manning told us about Ridge Lovett. He goes, he's a tough, hard-nosed kid. That's what he does. He's almost unbreakable, is Ridge Lovett. Michael Blockhus, scramble here.
Nice job of coming out by Ridge and getting the 2 points before he's able to, before Blockhus was able to eliminate the riding time.
So that is significant because now Lovett is deadlocked with Blockhus with 80 seconds to go in the 3rd period, and he has the edge in riding time, which at this point has now likely been secured. Now what can Blockhus do as now he's facing some adversity?
Yeah, he didn't want to give that reversal, that's for sure. He would have, he should have given 1 there, and then it would have been tied with the riding time. But now Ridge Lovett, he had such a good ride in that 2nd period. All he has to do is accomplish it again.
And look at that, just muscling Michael Blockhus.
2, 3, 4.
That is a major swing for Ridge Lovett. 4 points going to the sophomore Cornhusker.
Yeah, Coach Manning would love him to be able to turn him 1 more time.
Action.
Get that extra bonus point.
Can Lovett finish like Labriola finished? That the operative question here. A 6-2 lead for Ridge Lovett. He was down 2-0, and he was able to get it even. Oh, look at this.
No.
Final moments of this match. Ridge Lovett going to improve to 12-1 this season. A decision win for Ridge Lovett, and look at Lovett in enemy territory. He's absorbing all that 7-0 in dual matches over the last 2 years, and he proved that the cream rises to the top. Top 5 as we have Peyton Robb of Nebraska matching up against Brayton Lee. Robb, the sophomore, ranked number 5 in the country. Brayton Lee, though, has been tremendous this season, undefeated, posting a 12-0 record, Tim.
Yeah, it's going to be a great one. It comes down to this. And Peyton Robb, he's power-packed. He's down from 165. He's a strong 157-pounder, and so anything can happen.
Brandon Ingham believes that Brayton Lee can certainly come out and have a definitive performance tonight against Peyton Robb. As you pointed out, Robb wrestling here at 157, down from 65. Mark Manning said he was wrestling in the wrong weight class. That was on us, but now he is flourishing. So as we stand, if Peyton Robb is able to decision Brayton Lee, we would then be deadlocked at 16, Tim.
Yeah, and our calculation says that, one, we know it'd be 5-5, and we know there's been no falls. And so it comes down to the total match points scored. And right now, our calculations having Minnesota leading in that category. And so Peyton Robb's going to have to do a little bit more than just win, I think, for the criteria not to favor Minnesota.
So Minnesota, they are looking to break Nebraska's 5-match win streak against them. And they are doing it here on championship weekend here in Minneapolis, where they are honoring the 2001-2002 championship teams here tonight, and also on Sunday when they welcome in Wisconsin. Peyton Robb,
Come on, guys, stay out of them.
7-2 this season. Biggest win was over number 2 Austin O'Connor of North Carolina by a 5-2 decision. For Brayton Lee last Friday night, edge number 12 Caleb Young of Iowa by a 4-3 decision at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Won the Bison Open with a 4-0 record.
Brayton Lee's always coming forward. He's a shooter. He's always been a shooter, and he's going to keep shooting. He's offensive, sometimes to a fault, but he is a cool customer. He just loves to wrestle.
Right now, Peyton Robb, they both continue to battle against one another. What a duel it has been here in Minneapolis, Tim.
Center!
Right on cue for the alumni that came back for the celebration of the championships won in 2001 and 2002. Celebration honoring Jay Robinson. These two guys, Luke Becker, Brandon Eggum, such a big part of the program, and what a great way to go into the weekend with Minnesota, like you said, ending that 5-meet loss streak.
Well, you're watching the best wrestling in the country here on the Big Ten Network. Number 5, Peyton Robb, 7-2 record, the sophomore from Owatonna, Minnesota. Wrestling in the Cornhuskers singlet.
A little bit of contrast styles. You know, Peyton, Robb, he's strong and he loves these underhooks. And Brayton Lee likes that over tie snap. There he goes, snapping there. And he puts that in into a point where he gets a shot out of that. But even more importantly, can he get him turning a little bit so he can find the angle on his shot?
Well, the one item Brendan Eggum told us about Brayton Lee is that Brayton has a motor. He's a guy who likes to come out early and hard, and that Brayton is very well conditioned, doesn't get rattled. Final moments of what is going to be a scoreless first period. So now we head towards the second. Minnesota with a 3-point advantage over the Cornhuskers. Minnesota ranked number 14 in the country as a team. Nebraska ranked number 10.
Nice job of following by Lee. Nice job of hooking that ankle. Those little 15-second rides, that's what this is all about. I mean, Brayton Lee is a well-conditioned athlete, but you got to know that you might have to do 7 of those in a period.
It is why they work so hard in the wrestling room to prepare for moments like this on a stage of this magnitude. And this is that they're just getting themselves ready for the Big Ten tournament in Nebraska, coming up the first weekend of March.
Brayton Lee's done it, but he's improved on top. He's making at least the guy underneath work more than in the past, so he's really improved. Obviously, his preference is on his feet, but nice job on top here, making Peyton Robb work, even if he does give up some points.
Brayton Lee, the 3-time Indiana State champion, went to Brownsburg High School.
This is huge. A ride that's got the riding time going. It's what the doctor orders here. It's the, I think, the prescription for victory for Brayton Lee.
Brayton Lee undefeated, 12-0 this season.
Go ahead. Slow.
We pointed out that he defeated number 12 Caleb Young of Iowa last Friday night. And he just continues to be draped on the back of Peyton Robb.
Look at the pinch back there. That's new for Brayton. He's done a nice job. He's behind the arms. He's able to do that back ankle pinch to set up, coming up and putting pressure on Peyton Robb. Really, really nice job of Brayton Lee, and a marked improvement.
And Brayton Lee continues to add to the riding time. We are scoreless.
Action, guys.
See that pinch that he's got going on there? It's so hard to defend because there's so much weight on that leg, and the guy can't catch his balance.
Peyton Robb looking to scramble, but no.
That's huge. Wow.
What a predicament that Peyton Robb is in, as Brayton Lee, much to the delight of the fans here at Maturi Pavilion. Here's how the second period unfolded.
With a mat return and a nice follow through, and so he anticipated the roll, and then his hips just were like anchors coming down, not rolling with him, but letting Robb roll. And so now on their feet and takedown for Brayton Lee. Now he's rolling. 2
points for Brayton Lee. He has seized control of the match, as likely he has the riding time advantage as well, well over 2 minutes.
Yeah, he did not have to go down after that ride out, so he chose neutral and got the takedown.
Your choice. It's going to be your choice.
A 2-0 advantage for Brayton Lee, ranked number 4 in the country. He's undefeated, 12-0 this season. We are seeing a maturity from Brayton Lee, especially in this match, and I believe that they are taking a look at Peyton Robb, beg your pardon.
No.
A little bit of a...
Take your time. We already got the clock running. Take your time. You got it running? 30 left or 30 ran off? You got a minute left. Let me know when it's at 30.
So right now you're seeing Peyton Robb. He's getting attended to. The referee said he's okay. But Brayton Lee looking to remain undefeated in this top 5 matchup here at 157. Peyton Robb trying to swing the momentum back in his favor. And look at that mat return there by Peyton Robb. But looking to bounce back to his feet is Brayton Lee. Peyton Robb has the waist of Brayton Lee. 75 seconds left here in the third period. A 3-0 lead for Brayton Lee as he extends the advantage that he has. If Lee holds on, Minnesota will defeat Nebraska, thus ending their 5-match win streak over the Golden Gophers. Crowd trying to urge on Brayton Lee. They want to see 2 more points. Riding time has been secured. And Brayton Lee, what a performance here tonight, Tim, against a very tough, determined, and hungry Peyton Robb.
Brayton Lee, we talked about the matchup here to end the night, and it has not disappointed from a standpoint of Lee's execution. He's one of the best at this weight class and improving all the time. Marked improvement for Brayton Lee, and he's got an exciting few months ahead.
So Brayton Lee will improve his record to 13-0. With the exclamation mark, Minnesota wins the dual meet, snapping Nebraska's 5-match win streak over them. And now that has evaporated. Brayton Lee remains undefeated at 13-0, and Minnesota takes home the duel on championship weekend, Tim.
Great timing for the Gophers, for their fans, for their alumni. Big win for Minnesota.